everyone. I am Bianca Guidotti, your Miss International Philippines 2014, and welcome to Rappler's coverage of the 2016 Miss Universe pageant. So we are about to witness the ladies get up on stage for the much-awaited preliminary competition. And we have our pageant expert, Norman Tino, or Tito Norman, as I call him. He was actually one of the most influential people who got me started in pageants, and he knows everything there is to know about pageants. So here he is. He's calling in from the arena itself. Hi, Tito Norman. Are you there?
Hi, Bianca. Good evening.
Good evening, Tito Norman.
We're still here inside the media center, but we will be escorted inside the MOA arena in a few minutes.
Okay, so you are now outside.
So many people here. And the, the, the mere fact that tickets for the preliminary competition have started selling. Because previously it was announced that tickets won't be on sale. But when it was finally made available this morning, actually yesterday, people are buying tickets left and right. So there are many people here right now entering the MOA arena.
I see, Tito. So you're saying that if people want to go over there right now and buy a ticket, you think there's still some available?
Yeah, if they don't mind sitting that so near the stage.
Okay.
Because the tickets sell for a little over 1,000 for the general admission, around 2,000 plus for the upper box, and 6,000 for the lower box.
I see.
If they still want to make it here, and they're near the MOA area, they can go here and buy one from the box office ticket window, and they can be shown in, and the show will start at 7.
I see. So in that case, maybe I can run over and join you there? No, of course not. I'm happy right here. But how is it feeling right now over there? Do you feel the tension, the excitement?
The excitement is always here, because you have to remember, Bianca, that tonight the top 12 will be selected. Actually, 2/3 of the vote that will form part of the scores that will determine the 12 highest.
I see. So and the
am I talking or something?
No, you're okay, Tito Norman. You're okay.
Okay.
So we're talking about the preliminaries.
Yeah. Because as many people know, the preliminary interviews were held yesterday. So that's 1/3 of the whole thing. Tonight will be the swimsuit and the evening gown. And if you tally all three scores, that will determine the 12 highest ladies in terms of the cumulative scores in all three areas. And who will be announced on Monday.
Okay, on the pageant night itself.
Actually, technically, only the top 11, to be honest, because there's a global fan vote. The 12th spot will be for the global fan vote, which has been running since the other day.
Okay, so the global fan vote, I know about this. You can actually go to the Miss Universe app and vote for your favorite candidate.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, Miss Universe app is one of them. You can also do it through the missuniverse.com website. You can also do it via Twitter, or you can do it via one of their sponsored apps, the Cody app.
Oh.
There are four. There are 4 ways.
I'm gonna do it now.
Giving your vote.
I'm gonna vote in my votes right now at this very moment.
Actually, I've been voting for Maxine. Yeah, the whole exercise started, and we should keep on doing so, because it's very important to show our love and
to
support
get her
for our
in.
own candidate.
Yes. So you were saying that tonight we're gonna see the girls in their swimsuit and long gown competition, right?
That's right. And then there's an added bonus, because right after the food segment, there will be a tasting for the national costume. Actually, it's like for the OPB, the opening billboard of the final telecast, where the girls will be shown in their respective national costumes. But that's
I
just
see.
on the last part. It's not part of the competition.
Wow. Oh, okay, okay. Actually, it's very interesting to see how the Miss Universe does their pageants because every pageant is actually very different. For example,
Yes,
for Miss International, we didn't have preliminary competitions. We didn't even
correct.
have a closed door interview, at least during my year. Although Miss International, they've been tweaking their process here
Yeah,
and there. But this is
that's
such a
correct.
good and this is a great opportunity for the girls to actually shine and show themselves, you know, show their aces. Because yes, they have been doing really well in the auxiliary events, right? But this is the time that they get to show at least half of their cards, you know, because this is
That's
such an
correct.
important event. If they don't do well tonight, they won't be able to win the crown, essentially.
That's right. The change, actually, even with the Universe organization, they have changes almost every year. Like
Yes,
this
that's true.
year, the most obvious change would be the 3, 6, 9, 12 um, classification of the semi-finalists, the finalists, and final three. So everyone knows by now that the top 12 will be announced on
Yes.
8, but only 9 of them will go through the second segment, which is the easy count, and then cut down to 6 who will undergo the Q&A,
Yes.
and then another cut to the top 3 who will be given the final look by all the judges. So, yeah, many people have been asking me how I feel about that whole exercise, and I know it sounds cruel because there's so many beautiful ladies in this batch, and it would be
Definitely.
a pity to let go of what 74 something 74 girls who will just stay in the background. So
Uh-huh.
um,
Yes.
it's really very important to make it to the top 12.
Yes, Tito Norman, thank you so much. Actually, we will get back to you in a moment, all right?
Yes.
We're
Yes.
just going to try to find, I guess, a better place for you right now.
All right.
So yeah, so this is so exciting. You heard what Tito Norman had to say. Tonight is very, very important for the girls. Just a little bit of a recap. Yesterday, they did what we call the closed door interview. So the girls have a chance to actually talk one-on-one with the judges. Actually, the judges of the preliminary competition are different from the judges that we will see on coronation night. So these are two sets of judges that the girls need to impress. And I feel for them. They've been tired, I am sure, but I guess they're energized right now. And they're going to do their best, for sure. So we had the closed door interviews yesterday, and then tonight we will see the girls walk in their swimsuit and their long gown. Some people have been asking me if the girls are going to be wearing the long gowns that they're going to wear for coronation night. We don't know, you know. There are some girls, last year, for example, I actually watched Miss Universe live in Las Vegas when Pia was crowned Miss Universe. That was an amazing experience, by the way. But we were able to watch the preliminary competition as well. And some of the girls actually used the long gowns or the final gowns that they were going to use on coronation night, while some other girls, Pia included, actually opted to wear a different gown. So that, I guess, for coronation night may surprise, or they have a little surprise up their sleeve. But either way, it can work in your favor or against, but it really just depends on the girls' performance. It doesn't matter what the girls are wearing. If they give their all and just exude that confidently beautiful pizzazz that the Miss Universe organization is looking for, I think they're going to do super duper well. So I don't know. I'm very excited. I think that Maxine has been doing such a beautiful job. What I like about her is that she has been consistent. In every single event that you see her in, you see that she's always fresh, she's always happy, you know. You won't see that she's tired already. I love that about her. And another thing that I really like that what she's doing is the fact that she's so friendly with the other contestants, and she's really taking her job as the host contestant, meaning she's the candidate from the host country. She's taking that to heart, and she's really being hospitable like a true Filipina. So we are back with Tito Norman with us right now. Hi, Tito Norman.
Hi, Bianca. Well, I'm back here.
So how is it? Any updates?
We are still waiting for a turn to be escorted inside, but it shouldn't be too long from now.
Okay.
Because the ward representatives and the DD groups have already been ushered in,
Okay.
and we are coming up next.
All right.
So I should be inside the venue in a few minutes, or what, 5 minutes perhaps, hopefully. So everyone is excited. Everyone is excited.
Okay.
I'm personally excited because I always
Yes.
interviewed by different news agencies from different countries. So it has never
Congratulations.
happened to me before.
And you deserve to be there, Tito Norman. But let's talk about the girls.
Yes.
I know you've seen a lot of them up close and personal, not
Yes.
only just in photos. So can you tell me who are your top bets?
My top bet.
Yes.
I have my untouchable.
Your
My
untouchables.
untouchables
Okay.
are the 6 girls who I feel will deliver the strongest presentations tonight.
Okay.
3 Latinas and 3 Asians.
Three
The 3
Latinas.
Latinas are Miss Venezuela,
Of course.
Colombia,
Uh-huh.
and Miss Brazil.
Okay.
Now, the 3 Asians would be Miss Thailand,
Okay.
Miss Indonesia,
Miss Inter-
and Miss Philippines.
okay.
Now,
Uh-huh.
the nice thing about this 6 being grouped as untouchable, it's like saying on my part that they are shoe in for the top 12.
Okay.
And I feel confident saying that.
I
These are the girls who move and do the competition in such precise and calculated ways.
yes.
And you will know that they have trained. They
Okay.
have trained very well.
All right. So, Tito Norman, let's talk about you said you have 3 Latinas, 3 Asians. What about Miss Brazil? Can you give us a little something on Miss Brazil?
Miss
Why do you
Brazil,
think she's an untouchable?
She's one of the first to arrive here in the Philippines.
Mhm.
She has flawless skin,
Uh-huh.
very beautiful eyes. Her face is almost sculptured. Some people, they said that is she too good to be true? But no, she is the real deal. And let me just add something.
Yes.
She's one of the friendliest among the girls.
I can attest that the Brazilian people are absolutely friendly. Eu adoro Brazil. I
Yes,
love
muito
Brazil.
obrigado.
So what do you think though? What is her edge among the other girls though?
Her edge is her being a very people person in the most sincerest meaning.
I
She
see.
really loves being around people,
Uh-huh.
and she emanates this very positive aura around her.
Actually,
And
yeah.
when she's not the type who would just hug your attention or like pull you and ask you to interview her. She would just stay in the corner if it's not her turn yet.
Uh-huh.
But
Wow.
if it's her turn, she begins to shine effortlessly.
That's great, Tito Norman. I want to talk about your next untouchable. Of course,
Yes.
our very own Miss Philippines, Maxine.
Yes, Maxine, being the host delegate, that's one pressure already.
Mhm.
And representing the Philippines is another, because as I said during her send-off, having the Philippines sash is already a big pressure nowadays,
Yes.
because it's like there's a marked target on your back.
Mhm.
But in Maxine's case, she is delivering the goods day after day. She has been a very gracious host,
Yes.
and whenever she is needed by her fellow candidates, she's always there. She will help out. And there's this very solid disposition around in the Philippines.
Mhm.
And in another interview that I gave before, I said that Miss Philippines will be in the top five or top six. Now top six, not because she is the host delegate, but because she deserves to be in that final list.
Definitely, Tito. I very much agree with you there, especially when you said Maxine being such a gracious host. I've been
Yes,
following the girls on their social media accounts because I'm a stalker like that. But I
yes,
love how Maxine is so playful with all of them. Of course, she's still, competing. I'm sure her mind is on the competition, but she's not forgetting
that's
to have
right.
fun and actually get to know these girls. It's one of
Yeah.
the things I love about pageants, actually, making friends.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so next we have Miss Colombia. Of course,
Miss
there's a lot of
Colombia,
controvery around that,
Bianca,
especially
Miss
with what happened.
Colombia, Andrea Tovar is the most misunderstood among the delegates.
Most
Because before
misunderstood.
she arrived
Mm-hmm.
here, people have the impression that she has this diva attitude, that
Mm.
she is hard to deal with, that she
Mm-hmm.
can be very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But to my surprise, personally,
Mm-hmm.
she is the sweet and serious girl. Once you get down and talk to her face to face, she
Mm.
turns into this very accommodating, warm, and very genuine uh, individual. You know, in the vernacular or in popular lingo, some people would say that if she's in her proper element,
Mm-hmm.
well, in Tagalog, we call it baklang bakla. As in, she
Yeah.
really knows how to deal with everyone. But
Yes.
if, for example, I would ask her, Andrea, I want to talk to you one-on-one, serious interview. She really looks straight into your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and then she would talk about a lot of things in the
Mm-hmm.
most sensible manner possible.
That's
And
great.
I have one more trivia for you about Andrea.
Yes.
Do you know that she is the only girl among all of them who would actually have her makeup done in the morning without a single cosmetic on her face? As in, like, straight from the lavatory, she would wash her face,
Uh-huh.
or from the sink, and
Okay.
she would show up in front of her makeup artist, and her face is really bare, as in,
Bare
totally
face.
bare. Unlike the others
Wow.
who have already the minimal foundation
Yeah,
and all
light
in
makeup
front,
on.
on their faces, she really wants her face done right from scratch.
Wow. I'm sure the makeup artist really appreciates that for sure. And the fact, what you were telling me about how she really talks and to people and she's a good conversationalist. I think Miss
Yes.
Universe is taking that into account because as we can see with Pia, she is like
Yeah,
that. She's a great conversationalist and
that's
I'm
true.
sure they want to follow that kind of how we call it peg or
Yes,
bar, right?
that's
So
correct.
another one of the girls that I want to talk about is Miss Venezuela. Honestly, I was looking at her
Miss,
photos before Miss
yes,
Venezuela, and I wouldn't say that I thought she would be a front runner, but when I
yes,
saw her in person, she's absolutely gorgeous.
yes. And you know that I think I blogged about it before. She
Uh-huh.
represents diversity to the
Mm.
max because, you know, she represents Venezuela, so she grew up Latina, but her mixed race is from Italy and Syria. So you
Oh.
can see the combination. She has Middle Eastern origins. She has Italian origins, and she was reared. She was raised like a Latina. So you can see the combination in her. Um, she's well. I would call her in a way an orthodox beauty in the sense that she's not the type who would grab you immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute you stay at least 5 minutes with her, you can see the reason why she was picked as Miss Venezuela.
I
Aside from her very enviable height, she strikes you as someone who knows how to play the game very well. And I mean that in a good way.
Of course.
Because when you're in pageantry, you have to know how to play the game.
Yes.
You cannot just be beautiful. You have to know how to use your beauty to your advantage at the same time. And Mariam is like that and more.
That
And I
is
feel that And by the way, Bianca, it's
Yes.
Mariam's birthday today, so happy birthday, Mariam.
Oh, happy birthday, Mariam, Miss Venezuela. Yes, I saw that
Yeah.
on Instagram. It's her birthday today on the preliminary competition. I'm pretty sure I know what she's wishing for on her birthday
That's
cake
correct.
tonight. All right.
That's correct.
Okay, let's move on to the other Asians. What about, as you
Okay.
mentioned, Miss Indonesia?
Miss
Why have you picked her?
Indonesia. She is the girl I call most powerful in social media. She knows. I don't know, but I think the girl has a network of social media specialists back in Indonesia. She picked up. They pick up everything about Kezia so quickly that I'm gasping for my breath. Someone upload a picture of her, and then it's a minute or two. It spreads like wildfire. But as a person, she is one of the sweetest girls. You know, Kezia, well, she looks Filipina as well.
Actually,
In
yeah.
fact, some people are saying that she looks like the sister of Maxine.
I can see that.
Because there are times that they would look alike. But the nice thing about Kezia is, aside from being 6 feet tall, she's the tallest Asian candidate, actually. She has this very charming way around people. You cannot help but fall for her because you know that everything is genuine. She is not being superficial about how she deals with people. And the minute you get to know her more, you will see through her eyes that she is very sincere. And now, I have one trivia for you about Miss Indonesia.
Okay.
You know that she is the very first Indonesian to be the first Indonesian beauty queen, actually, who is a non-Muslim.
She is
She is Christian.
So, I'm sorry, Tito Norma, you said she's the
She's
very first
she's the
Indonesian.
First Christian in Indonesia.
She's the very first Indonesian contestant who is
Non-Muslim.
non-Muslim. Oh wow, that's a really great trivia about her. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And she's a Christian, actually, Bianca.
A Christian. I
And
see.
that's the thing that also gives her that's the spice about Indonesia. She moves differently compared to the other Miss Indonesia representatives before.
She moves differently.
There's a more free vibe around her, and you don't feel like she's like stuck up on something.
Okay.
She's very fluid.
I see. Fluid. Okay, so like you said, Indonesia, she has a great online backing. I know that during my competition, Indonesia, the followers are just as dedicated as the Filipinos, I think.
That's right.
In
that's
terms
right.
of that. And I can see how you were saying how genuine she is. I've only really looked at her closely through pictures, but she's that contestant who has a genuine smile on her face. You know that the smile is not there for the cameras. She's really just very much enjoying the whole experience.
That's
and
right.
like you said, it's something that I also like about her. Let's now move on to, let's talk about one of the girls that you didn't mention as your untouched. Oh, I'm sorry. The next girl, Miss Thailand, the
Miss
next
Thailand,
Miss Asia,
and
yes.
just one Sane.
Yes.
She is the girl who people feel should have a clear shot at the crown because during the swimsuit presentation at J Park Resort in Cebu, she really wowed everyone. In fact, the video of her walking on the runway in those Yamame swimsuits, she really, she made a lot of she had a lot of converts that day. Of course, people already like Selita, but from that day, she just convinced some of the doubters that this girl is a real contender. She's in it to win it.
Yes.
And I agree because this is what, again, I would say something in Tagalog. This is the girl people would say magaling umaura. She
Magaling
really
umaura.
knows
Yes.
how to project.
Actually, I think I would say that she has a certain je ne sais quoi, you know?
Yes, that's
The
correct.
it
She
factor.
has that. The only thing that I would really like her to work on is her confidence in talking to people, because she is somehow um, prevented by her limited English ability. So that somehow keeps her from really being very expressive. But I think it's something that she has been constantly working on.
All right. So
So we're
we
finished
just
with the Untouchable.
yeah. So we're done with the Untouchables. Let's move on. What can you say about Miss Australia? I know she has been a front runner.
Australians have always been a favorite in this universe because they represent the beautiful and spontaneous ladies that the organization would love to have as their winner. In fact, you can remember the last Miss Universe from Australia, Jennifer Hawkins, she became one of the most favorite Miss Universe winners because she has a very relaxed vibe around her, which is also present in Carrie's people who is Miss Australia this year. She is a professional model, but the thing about her is every time she takes pictures, she's like a chameleon. She would represent different facets of her personality in every picture taken. And in her glam shot for Miss Universe, you can see how she really turned on the heat in her photo. And this woman is definitely going to be a contender. I just did not place her above my Untouchables because there are still some loose ends that I would like her to really tighten, but I think she's on her way there.
I see. So you're saying she's not part of the Untouchables, so she's part of what group? Do you
She's
have
part
a certain
of the desirable.
the Desirables? So who are the Desirables?
The desirables would be Miss Australia. I think I also have on my list Miss Nicaragua, Turkey. There's also Miss Sierra Leone.
Oh wow!
And we are walking now towards Moa Arena.
Oh,
So
exciting!
yeah, that's the reason why I sound like I'm a part of a marching band right now. But you know, one of the girls that I feel would really surprise tonight is Miss Nicaragua, Marina Jacobi. She is the one girl who from day one, she progressed in front of our eyes beautifully. It's like she was on the first step on day one, and then she kept on moving up day after day. And I think Miss Nicaragua will deliver tonight.
Would you say she is your dark horse of the competition?
She is, actually. She is my dark horse. And I convinced myself that she is my dark horse just tonight. I would have another dark horse. I think she's also on my list. It's Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone from Africa. But I think before Miss Sierra Leone, I have other girls on the list. Belgium is one of them. Belgium is another dark horse.
Actually, what about Miss Barbados? I love her. I personally love her.
Initially, you would think that, okay, here's a girl representing Barbados. Why doesn't she look like an island girl? Because she looks like she could really pass off as a Miss USA as well. But the minute you talk to her, you will see that she has this very eloquent quality about her that brings her closer to the people. She knows how to talk in a very confident way. So that for me is Barbados. Shannon Harris, that's her name.
I love
And,
her.
I remember she wore Bessie Bisana during the designer show.
Yes. Bessie Basana also. I love him. My favorite. But Tito Norman, I know that they're already escorting you to the Moa Arena. I will not keep you any longer. I'm so excited for you. I wish I was there.
I hope I was able to give enough information about the girls.
Yes.
Bianca.
I'll definitely be talking to you later after the competition.
Please. Just remember the girls I discussed earlier.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
I'm sure you will be 100% correct because most of the time you are.
Yes, Bianca. So I'll talk to you soon?
Yes, I'll talk to you soon, Tito. Enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. Oh, exciting. I'm so excited for him as he enters. So just a little bit of recap. Tito Norman or Normandinho gave us a list of girls that he thought would do well tonight, and not only tonight, but in the coronation night as well. So he had two categories. He had the Untouchables. So the Untouchables are the 3 Latinas and the 3 Asians. We have Miss Brazil, Raisa Santana. We have, of course, Miss Philippines, Maxine Medina. We have Miss Colombia, Andrea Tovar. Miss Venezuela, Mariam Habach. Miss Indonesia, Kesha Wuro. And Miss Thailand, Chalita Swansane. So those are what he called the Untouchables. Basically, they're the front runners, the expected ones, the ones who he thinks can make it all the way. But he also had the desirables, the contestants who have been slowly, surely, not obviously been doing good, but he thinks are gonna be a surprise during the top 12 or the coronation night. So we have, of course, Miss Australia, Karis Tivil, Miss Nicaragua, Marina Jacobi, Miss Barbados, Shannon Harris, and Miss Turkey, Sila Sakir, Miss Sierra Leone, Hawa Kamara. And we actually have other girls on our list that we weren't able to talk about, but we will be talking about them after the preliminary competition. So I'm gonna go because I have to watch it. I'm super excited and I will make my own list. I suggest you guys do it too. It's actually very, very fun. Do your list tonight, keep it until coronation night, and see who actually gets it right. So tune in later as Norman and I talk about our favorites from the preliminary at around 9:30 p.m. All right, guys, I'll see you later.